How did Ferrari go from pole position to out the points? It already seems like an all but distant memory of Charles Leclerc taking pole position in both Monaco and Baku. My heart was definitely not ready for those to happen, which reignited the hopes and dreams of many Ferrari fans. Yes, their race pace in Baku left something to be desired, but there was hope. If you stopped for just a second and had a look around you in public over the past few weeks, you'd have noticed more people smiling. Those were undoubtedly Ferrari fans. So now I pose the question, what the hell happened to Ferrari to go from pole in the last two races to both finishing outside the points on merit? One massive problem they suffered with was tyre wear. Their qualifying pace was still relatively good, ending up 5th and 7th on the grid, with Carlos Sainz in particular setting some fire lap times. But come the race, it was a pretty drastic reality check, with Paul Ricard being a high-speed track and therefore not allowing the Ferraris to take full advantage of their strengths in the low speed. Leclerc literally had his second worst career finish, ending up a lap down and in 16th. Pain. According to Binotto, their performance was strictly linked to the tyres and the way they made them work. So perhaps it's a small glimmer of hope that it was just a one-off, as opposed to, now we're away from street tracks, this is a problem we're going to be facing forever. However, Ferrari has struggled with race tyre management at other points during the season too, with Carlos Sainz even saying that it is something that's been in the back of their minds a bit going into every race. It seems more and more likely that Monaco was their only realistic chance to snatch a win out of nowhere. The Leclerc crash in qualifying will probably haunt me for quite some time. It's pretty crazy to think that Carlos Sainz reckons their front tyre wear was double the rate of anyone else in the field around Paul Ricard. How are you meant to challenge if the tyres are shredding at that rate? Spoiler alert, you can't. The fact it happened on both cars would certainly point it to being a setup or car problem over a driving style problem. Coming into the French Grand Prix weekend, Pirelli went for a step harder on the tyre compounds, with the C2, C3 and C4 being available, and also that the teams had to run 2 psi higher on the rear tyres after the blowouts in Baku. So there were a few variables at play to potentially blame Ferrari's mysterious lack of pace, but Binotto essentially ruled them out because their problems were specifically on the front left tyre. Another variable was the suddenly cooler temperatures that the teams faced for the race, and this may be what they investigate into the most, because Sainz himself said that they didn't have these problems on the Friday long runs and that they were pretty confident heading into race day. Problem is, their investigations have got to be pretty quick, as we're in a triple header with the second race in Austria coming up in only a few days' time. All in all, I don't think it's time for the SpongeBob running around a burning room meme for Ferrari fans. It was a pretty difficult weekend for teams to adjust with the varying conditions, and seemingly Ferrari were the ones to be caught out the most. Overall, they still have made some serious steps forward if you compare to where they were last year. Where do you think Ferrari will be come the end of the season? Can they take the fight to McLaren for third all the way to the last race? Let us know in the comment section below.